Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. This is Kendi K all day. And I am super excited to have you for this 44th episode of Shop Talk. Yes, 44 episodes, live Q&A for YouTube content creators. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. This is Kendi K all day. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. This is Kendi K all day. This is our 44th episode of Shop Talk. This is our content creator maker space. Yes, 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 and yes. Thank y'all for joining me. Thank you all for joining me for this Sunday sunrise edition of Shop Talk. And one reason why I love the Sunday sunrise edition of Shop Talk is because cameras are optional. So if you would like to co-host this stream with me, it is also your choice to open your own stream using the link that I provide and opening your own stream with your own welcome mat so that you can earn watch hours on your channel. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. This is Kendi K all day. Y'all, we're going to go ahead and get started because Kendi K goes to church on a Sunday. And so that's one reason why we have the Sunday Sunrise edition. I want to thank all of those who caught my premiere right before this stream. I don't know if it popped you over. Let me know. It was supposed to pop you over to this stream if you remained on the Bucky's premiere. It's supposed to automatically pop you over, or did you pop over on your own? Yes. So I want to thank you for joining me, and everyone, please be cool, because if not, you just begin to disappear. That's how we do that thing. So, friends, we're going to go ahead and get started. If you would like to join me and co-host the stream with me and earn watch hours on your own channel, if I know you, I must know you, meaning you have to have been here before, and we don't do any of those things like that. And so if I see some funny business going on in the chat, you'll just kind of disappear. Trying to give everybody a warning, though, but if it continues, then we'll just have to time you right on out of here. Friends, YouTube has been having some little technical issues, and because we're also running the Christmas in November blessing box entries, I noticed that and I'm glad, I noticed that some of the entries started disappearing for the week 1 and week 2 entries, but I was also making sure to keep track of things and keep a good list. So I'm kind of rethinking how we'll do the week 3 blessing box entries, but the week 3 entries will open this evening when I premiere part 1 of my cruise adventure, where I was celebrating 50 and fabulous. Well, thank you, Serene in the making. Thank you for that feedback. I've only once used the popover feature, so I wasn't really sure how it works. I think some people did report last time that it did pop them over, but yeah, I don't know. Sometimes things work like you want them to, so I just keep trying. There are so many new features on StreamYard, which is running adjacent to the YouTube platform today, and I'm using it to drive this stream. And then there are so many new features on YouTube and through YouTube Studio as well. So I'll keep working with it, but thank you for that feedback, Serene. That's good feedback that I need as a content creator. Yes. So today, friends, we are talking all about AI so that we can get more engagement on our channel, meaning we want folks interacting more with our content on our channel, doing everything, including watch our channel, but everything else. We want folks to hit that like button. We want folks to hit the subscribe button. And if they're already a subscriber, we want them to click on the join button and to see if they might be interested in becoming a paid member of Kendi K's crew. And if they're already a paid member, maybe they want to gift someone else. Maybe they want to pay it forward and be the kind human and gift someone a gift membership to Kendi K's crew. Engagement is doing everything beyond dropping in the chat is another way to engage. So responding to a poll. So that's why I try to have so many different ways for folks to engage in the chat. And I believe that I've already started the poll, and so far so good. Do you use AI as a YouTube content creator? And it looks like only a couple people have cast their vote. So if you haven't voted yet, to try to do that. But you know what, friends, I'm totally okay if all you do. I see friends who are chatting it up. There are multiple ways to engage, and you can use any of those or none of those, because some folks might just be watching on their TV. It might be across the room. They may not be sure how to use their remote to engage. The best thing you can do as a viewer on my channel is just watch the content. In fact, I hope you like it so much that you want to binge watch that content. So today, that's what our topic is for content creators, YouTube content creators, to be very clear, is we are just going to learn about two very useful tools that utilize the supercomputers that we call artificial intelligence, AI, to get more engagement, more views. And if you're a partially monetized or fully monetized channel on YouTube, hopefully that will help you to bring in more revenue on your channel. So let's dive right in and let's go. Now, if you do have any content creation questions about using AI or about anything as a YouTube content creator, go ahead, drop those in the chat right now, and I'll put them up on the screen, and we'll do our best to answer them for you. Y'all, we are the Content Creator Makerspace. We are the collective of YouTube content creators who are here to collaborate, to connect, and grow our channels to and through full monetizations. I'm going to go ahead and drop my channel link so that everyone will know what the keyword is. That is Kendi K's keyword on her channel, so that you can continue to drop your channel link so that other creators and viewers and anyone who's interested in your channel will see how you communicate, how you show up in these YouTube streets during Shop Talk. And if they're interested, they'll go ahead and take a look at your channel, because you'll be able to drop your channel link. I encourage you to continue to drop your channel link about every couple of minutes or so, just so that folks can see your channel link and know how to connect with you after this stream ends. This is our Sunday Sunrise edition, and it is just an hour of power. So let's go ahead and get started. Y'all, one of the first features that I want to introduce to you or present to you, if you've already become familiar with this new artificial intelligence feature, it is called Ask Studio. So I want to share Ask Studio with you because it is hot off the presses. It's one of the coolest features yet available to us as YouTube content creators straight from YouTube Studio. You can access it using YouTube Studio on your phone or using the desktop, full desktop edition, otherwise known as the browser edition of YouTube Studio. Both of them allow you to access that feature. And this is what it might look like on your desktop, your browser edition of YouTube Studio. In the upper right-hand corner, you will see that little sign. It's kind of a little pink, a fuchsia colored, a little diamond type shape, and it's called Ask Studio. It usually hangs out in the upper right-hand corner, up near the search magnifying glass, up near the question mark, where you would click on that if you have any questions about the YouTube Partner Program or the community guidelines for YouTube Studio. Up there near the search bar in the upper right-hand corner, look for that little pink. So I love that it's hot pink, so it kind of draws your eye to it. And when you click on that, then this window opens up. And it says, because it's speaking to me as a content creator, YouTube Studio is the back office for YouTube content creators. And so when you open it up, when you toggle it on by clicking on that hot pink diamond shape, it's going to say to you, hello, Kyle Vlogs. Hello, Simply Debbie Sue. Hello, Serene in the Making. We want to welcome these content creators right on in here. And in my case, it says, hello, Kendi K. How can I help you? And then, friends, at the bottom of the screen is a place for you to drop your question in. And the good thing about it, it is being powered by AI. And it does utilize your YouTube Studio analytics. It uses all of the information that YouTube and the YouTube supercomputers already knows about you and your channel, so that you can maximize and use that good smart data. We call that smart data in 2025. Use that data to drive you to make better decisions so that you can increase your engagement, increase your views, and hopefully increase your revenue on your channel. So it's asking me it says ask us something. And so this is what I asked, so that I could make sure and show you step by step. Friends, this is what we do for every episode of Shop Talk. And this is now the 44th episode of Shop Talk. Can you believe that? We do 2 to 3 live streamed, live Q&A episodes of Shop Talk each and every week. And that's what we do for Shop Talk. We just talk shop as YouTube content creators. So the sample question that I asked is, that I really also wanted to know about my channel is, how is the engagement on my channel for November? And remember, engagement is everything and including viewers watching your channel. Did they convert from a viewer to become a subscriber? Did they convert from a subscriber to becoming a member of Kendi K's crew? Did they participate in the poll? Are they perhaps even taking the plunge and dropping down into the comments and leaving a comment? Did you know that most viewers on your channel do one thing and one thing only? They just watch. So y'all, thank your viewers as you also thank those who comment, because I know for sure on my channel, there are so many more kind and caring humans who watch my channel than who actually engage. Engagement is so important though, because for every opportunity that a kind human engages with my channel beyond watching, that pushes my content out to wider and wider audiences in the algorithm. And it's okay, y'all. That was just my AirPod, and it's okay. Yes. So happy, super happy. That makes me very happy, filled with joy. If this is your first time finding the Ask Studio feature, look for it in the upper right-hand corner. And when you do, it will pull open this box. It won't have blue around it, but I just put the blue on it so that you could see it. And so for a sample question, because this might help you to think of a sample question, you can ask it anything you want, and it's going to use the supercomputers, artificial intelligence, AI, to answer that with good, relevant information with respect to you and you as a content creator, because it's all within the YouTube Studio app. So friends, that means it's absolutely free. This is a no-fail format for utilizing and learning to use artificial intelligence to streamline your content creation process. That was a mouthful. Let me say it again. Ask Studio is powered by the supercomputers that are, in fact, smart data analytics, AI, artificial intelligence. It's using all the information that YouTube Studio has about you and your channel and viewers and their behavior on your channel. It's going to use that information. It's going to put it together and give you some smart information to help you make good decisions about your channel. Welcome in, Entrepreneurial Diary Shamika. Welcome in, Simply Debbie Sue. Welcome in, Kyle Vlogs. Welcome, friend. Serena in the Making. A good day to you, my friend. Good day. Monique Poe. Welcome, friend. Welcome. This is Kendi K all day. And just making sure that I haven't missed anyone. So my question to Ask Studio, and it gives us some prompts as well. If you have no clue what you want to ask AI about you and your channel, it gives you some sample prompts. And the question though that I came up with is, how is engagement on my channel for November? Because I know that the more engagement I have on my channel, the more impressions I'm going to get, that means the more devices that the YouTube supercomputers are going to put my thumbnails for my long format content and for my live streams onto computers, not just in the US, friends, to devices all over the world. Yes. And so I'm always trying to increase my engagement and always trying to get fresh ideas so that I can share them with you as part of the Content Creator Collective and so that I can grow my own channel. Absolutely right. I'm still learning as much as I'm learning. So when I asked that question, y'all, I didn't even put a question mark on it, but the AI still knew that it was a good question, and it immediately, y'all, within a half of a second, popped me out more information than I could ever believe or think that it could have available, especially in such a small amount of time. And so forgive me for not showing my face, but I promise you I'm here. I just want you to be able to see as clearly as possible and as large as possible. Welcome in, Jeff W. Welcome. Welcome to the Sunday Sunrise edition of Shop Talk. Y'all, don't forget to drop your channel link as many times as you want. Look for those two small words, put them together as a single word with no spaces. I just typed it into the chat so that I could drop my channel link as well. And again, if you use that link to check out my channel, get back to my channel homepage, that counts as engagement on my channel. The more engagement that we get on each of our respective channels as content creators, the more the YouTube algorithm will respond in our favor and push our content out to more devices. So my question was, how is my engagement on my channel for November? And I thought that was a good question to ask because we are officially halfway through the month of November 2025. And it says, Kendi K, here is an update. So really it's just talking back to me, the supercomputers. That's why they call it artificial intelligence, because it's calling me by name, Kendi K. It's talking about my channel, and it seems to have a lot of information, and it all made sense for me and my channel. So here's an update on your channel's engagement from November the 1st to November the 16th. So y'all, I did this early this morning, so it already has data up to the moment for me concerning my channel and engagement on my channel. It says, Kendi K, your channel received 11,600 views so far. Halfway through the month, I could not believe that information, y'all, but it actually is true. And it says that is a significant increase, an increase of 55.5% more engagement. That means people hitting the like button, people doing my poll questions, responding to them, dropping in the chat, clicking the join button, or possibly clicking a subscribe. And if you want notifications when I go live, when I drop a new long format video, or have a live stream, or perhaps we just did a premiere for Bucky's. If you want all that information, you want to know when I'm dropping a new community post, y'all, you get all those things by hitting the bell to be notified and set those notifications to all, ALL, all. So I'm super excited, y'all, that during the month of November, y'all, that's information that we've already learned in episode 42 and 43 of Shop Talk. This is our 44th episode of Shop Talk, but we've already learned that we're in the last quarter of 2025. October was Vlogtober to us. Many of us, we did Vlogtober in our own way, trying to increase engagement and increase our content output so that we could see our channel grow during the last quarter of 2025. And now, y'all, we're halfway through November. We still have a long December month for the holiday season. And I am super excited, and I'm super excited that my channel, y'all, has had 55.5% increase in engagement. So not just folks watching my channel, but are they doing other things once they get to my channel? I love it so much. So here's a breakdown of some of the other engagement metrics. Watch time has decreased. So even though I have 11,000 more views, my watch time, how long folks are watching my channel, there's been a slight dip. 4% is not bad, but I would hope that because I've had so many more views, so now you get a clear understanding. Views is not the same thing as watch time or watch minutes, and it takes 60 minutes to turn into a watch hour. Remember, friends, you're going to need 4,000 watch hours towards full monetization or 3,000 watch hours for partial monetization. Comments. Whoa, even though I have 11,000 views, more views, so I had a big uptick in the number of views on my channel, but I see folks are still not commenting like I would expect them to. So y'all, help me out. What do you do to try to get more engagement in the form of comments on your channel? Because despite the significant number of increase, y'all, I doubled my number of views on my channel in half a month, in about 15 days, but I still have gotten fewer comments. But I know for sure folks are in fact watching the content. So as far as likes, again, my likes are down. My likes are down. So what do you do to ensure that folks hit that like button? I try to remind folks to go ahead and like the content as soon as they come in. And we want to welcome in Trisha Nicole. She's a content creator as well. Welcome in, Trisha Nicole. Thank you for dropping in. And don't forget to drop your channel link because I want to make sure that friends are able to connect with you. Do you know if you click my channel link, that is now a blue hyperlink in the chat or a purple hyperlink in the chat, that counts as engagement on my channel. Trisha Nicole gives us some really good advice. And that's what we do here on Shop Talk, y'all. We're the Content Creator Collective. Trisha Nicole says, Kendi K, make sure that you're asking a question and pin it in your comments. So let me double check. I believe I did drop a comment, and the comment I dropped, but you know what? I don't know if I pinned it in the chat. Maybe that's where I went wrong. So I'm going to try that. That was my comment, but I don't know if I pinned it. So let me try your suggestion, Trisha Nicole. Pin a comment in the chat, and I'm going to drop my co-host link in case anyone wants to join me on stage. Or maybe I just can't tell. So I'm going to drop it again in case anybody wants to help me to co-host this stream and gain watch hours on their channel. So if you are trying to reach that coveted 3,000 watch hours for partial monetization or 4,000 watch hours for full monetization, then okay, so I see that it was in fact pinned to the top. I was looking at it through StreamYard, so that's why it was difficult for me to tell. Yes. Okay, so friends, with that in mind, welcome. There's Joe's Sleep and Slim Down. Thank you for joining us for the Sunday sunrise edition of Shop Talk. But friends, y'all look at that increase. Now I know why, in part, why Kendi K has had a 55.5% increase in the number of views on my channel for November, for the first 15 days of November. Y'all, I increased 55.5% in the number of views, but you got to look at all the data, friends. My watch time hours are down a little bit. My comments on my content are down 11%. Is pretty significant. But y'all, look at how many times my content was shared with each other's. So that's another way that folks can engage with your content. If you have good, what they call evergreen content that is relevant right now, this month, this week, and will likely still be relevant in January 2026, and likely will still be relevant next spring. as we begin to celebrate Easter and the turn of the season in the spring. That's what we call evergreen content. And so, consequently, I do a lot of evergreen content. YouTube recommends that we do a lot of evergreen content because it stays in the algorithm. Folks are always looking for answers to those things. Do y'all know that Kenny K was up this morning getting her Sunday dinner going? And I thought about it. I said, you know what? I'm using my Instapot. A lot of folks have some questions about how to use their Instapot safely and so that they can make some of that good comfort food. I'm making red beans and rice, homemade, using my electric pressure cooker, my Instapot. So yeah, so my shares are up, but I do see that I want to keep working on engagement because the more engagement I get on my channel, the better. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. I am super excited. Yes, thank you. Joe Sleep and Slim Down Journey. She is our friend from the UK. Y'all, don't ever forget that there's always someone up on YouTube. So don't be afraid to go live at any time of the day. I was up relatively early this morning, starting my red beans in my electric Instapot. It's a pressure cooker, but Himani, Joe Sleep and Slim Down Journey, folks like that who don't live in the US, friends, what I'm trying to say is this: every time of the day is a good time for you to have a premiere, to go live, or to make one of your long format videos public. There's always someone available in the world. And guess what? Only you can be you in these YouTube streets. So continue to show up authentically, putting out your best content. Somebody's going to be willing to watch. Serene agrees and says YouTube is open 24/7. That part. Friends, let's look at other data that I got just by using that Ask AI feature. It is one of the first features that I am featuring in this 44th episode of Shop Talk. And let's do something else that's fun. I want to shout out some new and small content creators in these YouTube streets. We want to first shout out Heartily Happy. So if you want to know, friends, Heartily Happy is one of my favorite new YouTube content creators. That is why Kendi K hit subscribe. I'm a subscriber to Heartily Happy. And if you would like to become a subscriber, or if you want to check out her content, look at those great thumbnails. One thing about it, her thumbnails make me want to click. And that is one of the best forms of engagement, is for you to click. An impression is a thumbnail that is shown on your device. And when you click that, that is one of the best forms of engagement on a content creator's channel. And so check out at Mrs. G, your favorite auntie. I love her channel name. I love that, friends. So check out Mrs. G, your favorite auntie. And if you're interested, if you're like, Kenny K, I want you to feature my channel in Shop Talk. That's what we do, y'all. We cross-pollinate. We are here to connect, to collaborate, and learn more about YouTube as content creators. We are, in fact, the Content Creator Collective. If you'd like me to feature your channel, just keep coming back over here, because Kendi K and my co-host, friends, we stream 2 to 3 live episodes, live Q&A episodes of Shop Talk each and every week. Sunday mornings is always our Sunday Sunrise edition, where cameras are optional. So if you're a little bit camera shy, or you don't feel like getting fully dressed, hey, give us your best thumbnail and just be ready to talk it out and share what you do on your channel. Because by talking things through, by learning new strategies, putting some into practice, tweaking them, making them our own, we can all grow our channels to and through full monetization and beyond. So we're shouting out Mrs. G, your favorite auntie. Her channel is Heartily Happy. Friends, Candy K has an interview segment. If you'd like me to interview you, I offer 1 hour, 60-minute interviews, 90-minute interviews, or our mega interview function. It's a whopping 2-hour interview segment with lots of dips and turns and lots of little segments to it. But I am now accepting folks for November and December. So go ahead, use your QR code, point your phone towards that QR code, and I'll drop a link to my little form where I just need your channel ID and just give me some dates when you might be available. I have to coordinate that with my full-time work schedule, but we can still get something done during the month of November or early December. So if you would like an interview and to earn watch hours on your channel during that interview, go ahead and reach out to me for Coffee and Conversations. That is where I interview content creators or people who may not be content creators. They may not have a YouTube channel at all. I still want to interview you if you putting out good things in the world that are worth us talking about. Okay. Kyle says, when I first met you, speaking about me, Candy K, I was like, oh my goodness, God just put me at the right place at the right time. Same. Kyle, I feel the same way about you, Kyle. I did. In fact, we did meet and we were both on the Sources stage. That's a bit larger stage than Candy K over here with Shoptalk, but it's what I know for sure. It's a safe space. Kyle and I were both talking it out, sharing a little bit about our channels so that hopefully folks would want to be interested in our channels. And we were just over there really having fun. And I met Kyle, and sure enough, Kyle reached out to Kyle. Kyle came and checked out my channel, and Kyle is normally over here co-hosting it up with me. And I thank you so much, Kyle. Thank you so much for always being a great supporter on this channel. And I thank everyone who's down in that chat, chatting it up with us. We want to welcome Simply Debbie Sue. Simply Debbie Sue is connected with us on this stream. And again, friends, I always just look to share and connect, collaborate. I know friends are dropping their channel links in the chat. And so one way that I can add to that is that I can quickly create a visual about your channel, talk a little bit about it, because y'all, I only put you up on in my visuals and talk about your channel because I can say I am a subscriber, and I absolutely recommend Simply Debbie Sue. 10 out of 10. Candy K highly recommends. Y'all check out Simply Debbie Sue. First of all, I was drawn to her porch chats on her porch with those mountains in the back, turning all the beautiful colors of fall. And I thought that was the most gorgeous thing ever. And then y'all, Simply Debbie Sue tells these beautiful stories. She writes them herself. And they always have a moral to the story, teaching us all life lessons. But friends, I saw something even more beautiful than the fall colors and the trees, the deciduous trees turning those beautiful colors of fall. Debbie Sue has had snow in her area of the country. Oh my goodness. And Simply Debbie Sue went out to show us that snow, and so we could capture that moment with her. So if you're not connected to Simply Debbie Sue, please, 10 out of 10, Candy K highly recommends Simply Debbie Sue. She's our good friend in these YouTube streets. Yes. Joe Sleep and Slim Down Journey says exactly. Subscribe and like the videos because those are ways to engage as well. And if you really like it, make sure to watch and leave a comment. All of those. Watching is engagement, and plus everything else that you do related to that channel, all of that helps the content creator. It's my pleasure, Simply Debbie Sue. I love your content, y'all. And Simply Debbie Sue, she can cook, and she uses, y'all know Candy K. Candy K, I try to focus on less than 5 ingredients or less when I cook, but Simply Debbie Sue, y'all, she makes delicious desserts. She makes a wonderful soup. She did a great potato soup. Oh my goodness, y'all. check out Simply Debbie Sue. I promise you, you're going to say, oh, okay, now I see what Kendi K was talking about. And y'all, what I'm talking about at this moment, friends, is I want to share with you. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. This is Kendi K all day. Friends, what I want to share with you at this moment is our second artificial intelligence. We want to activate AI on our channel, and I want to share with you another free, I did say that, another free feature brought to you by our friends at YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio is your back office giving you all the best information, all the best smart data analytics about you and your content creation experience about your channel. So I want to share now the inspiration feature. The inspiration feature is a little bit older than the other feature that I just shared. And if you're just now joining us, you want to start all the way at the beginning and rewatch this whole stream, because that's what we do on Shop Talk. Is Kendi K gives you lots of clear visuals to take you through step by step. And there's always more than one way to skin that cat, as they say. And I probably shouldn't say that, because I know some of my friends, like Joe's Sleep and Slim Down. She does actually have a cat, and her cat, she's over. Mrs. Mary is over grooming herself. I didn't know that was a thing. So I hope Mrs. Mary is doing better. But you can drop great cat treats for Mrs. Mary too. So it's a buy. 10 out of 10, Kendi K highly recommends Joe's Sleep and Slim Down journey. So y'all, just by clicking the inspiration feature, I can click that word inspiration, and then I'm going to show you another shortcut way if you want to. So if you go into YouTube Studio and looking at the dashboard for YouTube Studio, if you click that word inspiration, that is going to activate AI for this inspiration feature on your channel. And it's going to give you a wealth of ideas. Yes. What other content can you do? Live streams about, long format videos, maybe even shorts. It's going to give you so many ideas based on that are inspired by your channel. Yes, that's why they call this feature inspiration. And if you know anything about my channel, you can see why it is suggesting that I continue to do these things, because these were high performing videos for me on my channel. So it says, hey, Kendi K, we are recommending you do some similar type videos, because hopefully viewers will want to watch those too. So I did a Zuppa Toscana dupe from Olive Garden, and now it's saying, Kendi K, you should keep doing that. You should keep upgrading and trying other dupe soups from our local restaurants. Y'all know I'm on a lifestyle journey working with a registered dietitian. So it really behooves me to try to recreate some of my favorite soups and recipes from my favorite restaurants, make them at home myself, where I can control the calories, control the salt, because I'm very sensitive to salt, and all of the things. So it's telling me, keep thinking about things like that, Kendi K. It also says, hey, gourmet comfort food. And y'all, that kind of inspired me to do my red beans and rice in my Instapot. The red beans are in my electric pressure cooker in my Instapot right at this moment. So I'm still going to add the rice and do that later. And then I'm going to ladle my red beans that are in my Instapot cooking at this moment. Yes. Serene in the Making says, Kendi K, Shop Talk, and this information is gold. I love to hear you say that. That's what we do on every episode of Shop Talk, coming to you with live Q&A 2 to 3 times a week. And I love to do that Sunday Sunrise edition, because it's always an hour of power. In fact, that was the main feedback that we had gotten about Shop Talk. Y'all, we are 44 episodes into this thing called Shop Talk. And I always respond to the feedback that I'm given about Shop Talk. And friends say, Kendi K, I love Shop Talk, but sometimes Shop Talk goes on for an hour or 2 hours. That's too much. That's information overload, Kendi K. So Kendi K responded. And so We're trying to keep everything tight and right, giving everybody an hour of power for every episode of Shop Talk. Thank you for that great feedback. Okay, friends. And so airport vending machines. Oh my goodness. I got great views on that content. Y'all check it out. Do y'all know they're selling hot food in airport vending machines? Check out Candy K's Atlanta airport vlog. So they said Candy K because I also shared other things that you really wouldn't think that you could get in a vending machine, but you can in the Atlanta airport. It's part of my travel blog Up and Away with Candy K. It's my travel blog playlist. And then faith-based living. Candy K brought you live content from the 117th Holy Convocation of the Church of God in Christ. Candy K gets out in these streets, y'all, in the real streets. And I brought you content from the 117th Holy Convocation. So again, all of these topics for new content, new long format videos, live streams, and even shorts is inspired by my content on my channel. AI is suggesting these things to me. And y'all, they're just good, fresh ideas for us to think about. Simply Debbie Sue says, Candy K, I loved your convocation content. Thank you, Simply Debbie Sue. I appreciate that feedback. Kyle says he's had some really good success on some of his content. I love the way you all are chatting it up in that chat. All of those count as engagement because remember, that is what I asked AI. I activated AI. And y'all, here's one for the Pacific Northwest because y'all know I work and play on the West Coast, and I also work and play in the South. So depending upon the week, depending upon the month, I'm in different parts of the country. Candy K is just being Candy K, though. That's one thing that's going to always remain the same. Candy K is going to be Candy K. So that last one there really gave me some really nifty ideas. Do it yourself holiday decor, Pacific Northwest foraged style, because you have to know everything about the mountains of the Pacific Northwest. I did a good video featuring one of the mountain ranges in the Pacific Northwest as a salute to our veterans, and got great views on that one too, just like Kyle did. I love when I see content resonating. When I spend it, YouTube is not easy, but I'm enjoying the journey, and I hope that you are too. I certainly hope that you are too. I want to thank you all for joining me for this episode of Shop Talk. This is our 44th episode of Shop Talk. This is our content creator maker space. Friends, here's another way. So now that gave me, when I clicked on that inspiration, just by clicking the word inspiration, go straight into YouTube Studio and you should find the word inspiration. But that's from the dashboard view of inspiration. But if you click on content just below that, so that you can see all of your individual content for your channel in YouTube Studio, then you can activate AI, activate that inspiration feature for a specific video. And then it can give you even more information, suggested topics that are adjacent to some of your better performing content. So click on those three dots. And now it's just going to give me some inspiration ideas, artificial intelligence ideas about this particular video. Meals fit for a king. Yes, Kyle is cross-pollinating. He's dropping his channel link again. Love to see that. Love to see that, Kyle. And then again, click on brainstorm for video ideas. And y'all, so inspiration is still there, and it's still there, and it still works beautifully, beautifully. So once you click on those three dots, you click on inspiration and then brainstorm for ideas. And look at all the other things you can do when you click on those three dots. You can edit your title, your description. You can get a shareable link to share your content or share another creator's content out with your audience. That's a great way to cross-pollinate. You can download. Maybe you're going to download and repurpose some of your content. YouTube allows you to do that with 5-minute clips of your content. And y'all, that's one that I don't ever do though. Here's a pro tip from Kendi K. I don't ever delete any of my content. If something doesn't go the way that I had hoped, I don't ever delete it because you never know. You can do a bloopers video. It's all good content. So what I do instead of deleting any content, I just put it on unlisted. And I choose unlisted because that means I still retain all the views and all the watch hours. And in my case, because I'm now a fully monetized channel, I still retain all the revenue. Unlisted content, you can still continue to accrue revenue on that content. When you put things to private, that means you remove the watch hours and you remove the ability to, because it's private, to make ad revenue on that content. So I'm just saying, I never delete my content. It can just sit unlisted forever. Yeah, don't throw it away, because one thing I know for sure, if you're going to be in these YouTube streets, you're going to have to develop a thick skin, and it is super okay for you to do something and say, you know what, I didn't like that, or that didn't go how I expected. Yeah, so just unlist it, and think of another way to make it better. Absolutely, friends. Absolutely. Thank you all for joining me for this episode of Shop Talk. And let's keep looking. Let's look at all the things that will happen when we activate AI as a second feature for our YouTube content creation process. Y'all, so much information starts churning out because now I'm just using one specific piece of long format content, and y'all, it's giving me all these new ideas. Yes, budget friendly Father's Day feast, easy Father's Day feast, grilling for Father's Day, and Father's Day. So all of this was about Father's Day, and look at all of these fresh ideas. Yes. And not only will it give you ideas for content, live streams, long format content you can create, or even shorts, it also can give you titles for that content, thumbnail ideas for that content. It can write an outline and even a script. It can give you a description for that content. Y'all, activate AI. Activate AI is what I highly recommend. I hope that you are getting lots of ideas in this episode of Shop Talk. Y'all, in July of 2025, in July of this year, wow, YouTube dropped some very important information. They were changing some key guidelines in the YouTube Partner Program. And so I want to shout out another content creator, Fire with Dr. Ninja Turtle. He is known to many of us in these YouTube streets. 10 out of 10. Kendi K highly recommends Fire with Dr. Ninja Turtle. He's a finance guy. So check him out. And y'all, he also drives a Harley. So that makes him pretty cool as well. But I'm using his content to talk about some of the priorities as we look at how we ethically use AI as part of our content creation process. Simply Debbie Sue agrees. A Fire with Dr. Ninja Turtle. Dr. Ninja is some kind of awesome. Yeah, he's pretty special to us. But back in July, we got all of these new YouTube Partner Program, and people got so upset, so scared, frankly, that they were doing something wrong by using AI for content creation. What YouTube did is they repeated and doubled down on some of their YouTube community guidelines and YouTube Partner Program guidelines. And the Partner Program, y'all, that is the program that gets you the ad revenue once you meet 3,000 watch hours, 500 subscribers for partial monetization, or 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers towards full monetization. It says content creators are now expected to add significant value to their videos, whether it's through original commentary, storytelling, or unique editing. So, friends, it is okay for you to activate AI, because you still have to add you being you, showing up authentically in these YouTube streets. Think about how I am sharing the content during this live stream. Am I just reading the information that is coming out of AI? No, Candy K is showing you step by step. I'm using my YouTube studio to give you relevant examples, to paint the picture, if you will. Those are the things that you need to do. You need to make sure that you're adding original commentary. I'm doing a whole lot of storytelling, and another storyteller in these YouTube streets is none other than simply Debbie Sue. She's a writer, friends. She loves to create stories and share those stories, and all of her stories tell a story. And no one, and I do mean absolutely no one, can show up in these YouTube streets like our very own Simply Debbie Sue. Or even your unique editing. Makes me think of Bambi Palermo, another one of our content creator friends in these YouTube streets. So, friends, I said all that to say this. Can we use AI for content creation? Should we be using AI, artificial intelligence, for content creation? The answer in short and in long form is yes. Absolutely. You can and you should. In fact, this is what the YouTube Partner Program said about the use of AI specifically. Using AI tools to improve the video quality or to streamline the creation process is permitted, and it is still permitted, provided the content creator adheres to all the other monetization policies. And what policies are those? Adding significant value through your original commentary, your storytelling, or your unique editing. You be you. If you're using AI to streamline your content creation process, well, Kenny K, what is that word? Streamline the content creation process. Yeah, if you need to save yourself some time, yes, they recommend you use AI because, friends, we activated AI through YouTube Studio. That is our back office as a content creator in these YouTube streets. So, friends, y'all, guess what? Just like that, we are done. Our hour of power is just about over. I don't want to go over time because Kitty K is doing church at home today. If you do have any questions, y'all drop down in those comments. We want to welcome in some friends. Y'all, if you do have any questions, we have a few minutes. I'm looking at my time, so we do have just a few moments. I'll stick around if you have any moments, if you have any last comments. But the answer is yes and yes. Can you use AI to streamline your content creation process? Yes, friends, make sure that you're using AI. It will help you to work smarter, not harder. Thank you all for joining me for this episode of Shop Talk. Simply Debbie Sue says, thanks, Kenny K. A lot of great information today. Y'all, one thing I like about the two YouTube features that feature AI that I shared with you today is it's a great way, a lightweight way for you to stick your toe in to using AI as a YouTube content creator. Sometimes folks say, oh my goodness, I'm so scared of ChatGPT. What is ChatGPT? I'm not a programmer. I don't know Raspberry Pi. Well, what do I do? Friends, use the two features that we talked about today for this episode of Shop Talk. So, friends, that you can get more engagement, more views on your channel, and once you become monetized or fully monetized, and Kenny K is now a fully monetized content creator, y'all. I kid you not, Scouts Honor, I have utilized all of the strategies that we talked about in this now our 44th episode of Shop Talk. I put them all to use. I've tweaked some, and y'all, I continue to use all of them. The more I learn about YouTube in these streets, the more we share, we talk, we collaborate, we learn, and we connect, and we grow our channels. And my goal is to help as many content creators as I know and that you know, help us all to become fully monetized channel. Because guess what? We're not in competition with each other. You cannot be you, and I cannot be you. We must be our authentic selves in these YouTube streets. That's all. That's all. And that's the bottom line. And thank you all so much for joining me for this episode of Shop Talk. We talked about 2 features today, friends, and I hope challenge you. Y'all, if you have not stuck your toe into the pond called artificial intelligence, then go ahead and try it. Do it straight through YouTube Studio using the Ask Studio feature or the Inspiration feature. Y'all, thank you for rocking and riding with me in these YouTube streets. Goodbye for now. Y'all, don't forget to join me this evening for part 1 of Kendi K's cruise adventure on the Norwegian Cruise Line Joy. It's going to be a premiere. You're going to love it. And I'm also going to drop the week 3 entries. I'm going to share with you how you can get entered into Kendi K's 2nd annual Christmas in November blessing box. It's my viewer appreciation in the month of November. Goodbye for now.